Okay, welcome back to episode 2 of putting you on to the best creators ever that you probably don't know, Maker Edition. Like last week's episode, I'm gonna pick 5 creators and go through my favorite creators that are the best builders that I can find on YouTube that you probably haven't heard of in the different sort of various follower count ranges. So we've got one that's under 5K, we've got a bunch that are in the couple 100,000 subscriber range, we've got a couple million, and then we have the like big dogs, the 4 millions, the 5 millions. So we'll go through those different variations. So yeah, let's dive in. Starting with the biggest dog on this list, we have Stuff Made Here. Stuff Made Here follows a guy named Shane, who is probably one of the best engineers on the planet. He can pretty much make whatever you want. He went viral in the early days by making videos about how he built a basketball hoop that you couldn't miss with. And then he wanted to build like 4 more versions of that. He's also built videos about a golf club you can't miss with, a pool cue you can't miss with. He can just, anything you can possibly think of, this man can build. And he makes very incredibly detailed, almost tutorial videos on what it is that he does and how he walks through these processes. He also has the sickest shop ever with every possible machine that he could possibly buy that his wife gets upset about, which is kind of fun. He makes great content, insane builds, very lighthearted videos. And if you're not subscribed to him, you should absolutely check him out. Okay, moving on down the list, we're into the 1 to 2 million range subscribers, specifically 1.2, with probably my favorite woodworking channel on YouTube, which is 4 Eyes Furniture. I watch a lot of woodworkers on YouTube. I have a ton of folks that I really am impressed by, but 4 Eyes is incredible because of the quality of the videos that he creates, the stories he tells, the voiceovers that he does, and then the sheer projects, the size of the projects that he makes, and just like the level of craftsmanship that he takes to each piece he makes. So he'll typically start with a project that he's building for his work that he's gonna get paid for, and he'll walk you through how he thinks through the designs, from sketching it out, to modeling it out, to buying the wood, to working through each individual cut, how he solves different problems when he has to do very unique shapes. I truly believe that if there is any sort of woodworking thing you could think of, this man can build it. As we break into the smaller-ish couple 100K subscriber category, I'm gonna toss you on to a guy who's actually a young dude. His name is Make It With Miles. And he is also just an incredible craftsman with the projects that he takes on. For example, he has recently taken on a few different projects where he incorporates light into these wooden structures that he makes, whether it's a lamp by his bed or a lamp on his, or like some sort of secret hidden feature into his nightstand. He basically just picks very cool materials, very cool, interesting projects, things that you would think of if you wanted to build, and then he goes out, films a very interesting, engaging video to build it. Incredible editor. I take a lot of inspiration from the way that he cuts up different videos. He's also just a young guy, so it's really fun to watch like his sort of trajectory from when he first started making videos till now. You should tune in to Make With Miles. He makes great stuff. Our next creator is one of the most aesthetic builders you've ever seen, and also just pumps out projects. His name is Scott Eugen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but basically, if you could put all of Apple's product builders into just one dude that sits in his apartment with a 3D printer and crafts the most insane thing, you've actually probably seen some of his content. He went super incredible viral for making each piece of equipment that he had in his drawer their own custom sort of organizer, and that video went insanely viral. But he also just customizes all the things that he makes. He spray paints all of his tools white, he gives them a little name and a little label. Everything that he does is just very aesthetic, and it's like process driven, and he also has an incredible filming style. So he has like tons of different time lapses for 3D prints. Everything he does is wonderful to watch. I would say he's the most aesthetic builder I've ever seen on YouTube, and his projects are just crazy good. Next, we have a bit of an honorable mention, not necessarily a builder, but his most recent 3 video series, he built an crazy, incredible project. So I would definitely consider this guy a builder. He can do more than I can for sure. His name is Preston Goes. His most recent build is he's building a train car. He converted a mini truck to drive on rails, and he found the largest abandoned wooden train bridge in America, and he built it, is driving it over there, and he's like driving across. It's an insane sort of series. You should watch that. But he's also just made really cool things in the past, whether it's visual effects or just like small projects that he's worked on. And he also makes all of the music for his own videos. Like he sings it himself. And so it's obviously always royalty free, but he's really funny. Seems like the nicest dude ever. Would love to hang out with him if I ever got the chance. Highly recommend Preston Goes. And then finally, rounding out with the very, very small guy, someone you definitely haven't heard of, he only has 3 videos, but I think they're all bangers, is a guy named Matthew Lim. The 3 titles of his existing videos are My Custom 3D Printed Toolbox, Making a Smart Docking Lamp, and 3D Printing a Severance MDR Computer. Obviously, you can tell this dude's a freaking maker. He doesn't talk in his videos, he just kind of lets it play and shows what he's working on, and yeah, I think he's great, and I think he'll blow up. You should check him out. Okay, those are my putting you on to the best creator builder edition. Let me know what you think, and maybe I'll do an episode 3, depending on how crazy viral this video goes. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.